Hello everybody. So good to see so many people still here. It's the second day and we've had a lot of talk about transportation and just seeing the numbers here, it shows me that the topics are interesting and also important. I'm also very glad that I'm again back in Lithuania and in VILNIUS, because this is one of the most innovation-friendly places in the world. I think this requires a big applause. Hooray! And it's most kind of innovation-friendly, especially in the field of last mile autonomous goods delivery. And I will shortly tell you why. So I will cover today a couple of topics about last mile. It'll be about the evolution of last mile. It'll be about the pain points of the businesses operating in the last mile sector, and also about the solutions that we have there available for these businesses. But first of all, very briefly about myself and about Clevon, because the name Clevon has been mentioned a couple of times here during the conference. But I'm sure many of you don't know what is the story of Clevon. So I have a background from different industries. I've been in refrigeration industry, working with grocery producers, also background from grocery retail and retail in general, and have worked with last mile operation companies as well. And throughout my career, I've been in different positions, and because of my engineering background, I'm very much passionate about hardware. And we will talk about hardware and software as well today. But today, I'm in Clevon. I'm heading the sales there, talk daily with different retailers across the world, different last mile operators, and try to find solutions how to improve their offering to the market. I also build with my team the service platform for our products, because really any service out on the market needs some support. So, enough about me. Let's talk about Clevon. Basically, about 15 years ago, a company was born called Clevon. Clevon is an innovation leader in the last mile sector, and they build and develop parcel lockers and robotic parcel terminals for general merchandise and also for groceries. So currently they have about 6,500 terminals operating around the world, and they operate in 47 countries. What Clevon offers for their clients is a 24/7 support for these products, and also live monitoring and technical support. In actual fact, the fun fact is that we can today solve about 80% of the challenges with the products remotely. So we are helping our customers in Australia, Tahiti, America, elsewhere remotely. Now, 4 years ago, we saw in Clevon that there is a bit of a shift happening on the market, and the new hot topic is autonomous delivery of goods. Not only the static terminals will kind of grow, or this sector will grow, but also autonomous delivery. So we put together a small research team to start working on this topic. Over the past years, this team has grown, and in April, we decided to separate this team from Clevon, and to keep their core focus on autonomous mobility. So a clean-cut spin-off happened, and Clevon was born. Today, we have our third generation vehicle that we are operating. We have a team of 80 plus talented engineers and other professionals who work on a daily basis on innovation. We want to make the autonomous delivery market better and better, day by day. And maybe now it's actually good to mention also, or to talk about innovation and how people see innovation. So generally when you talk to people and ask them, okay, what do you think the future will bring in relation to technology, they think that, oh, there will be all sorts of things. And I have here a slide from the Back to the Future Part 2 movie. And it's a great movie. I hope you have all seen it. If not, please take some time, watch the movie. The movie was shot in 1989. And actually in the movie, the guys travel into the future, into the year 2015. And what they see there are flying cars, are sneakers that have robotic laces that adapt to your feet, and all sorts of other things. But in actual fact, we live in 2022, and none of this technology is around. So, and why is that? It's because of we need to have an actual need for some type of a technology. We need to have the technology itself. We need to have the technology commercially feasible. And there needs to be legislation in place to support this technology, and so on. So the main thing is that things take time, and you need to take a step-by-step approach when bringing new technology out there. And this, of course, applies for last mile and logistics and transportation as well, as you know. Next slide. So what has happened on the market, and why we see the market changing today? There's this thing called internet that has significantly changed our lives over the past decade. There's online shopping. Nobody shops using shopping catalogs anymore, or even teleshopping is dying away because internet and online shopping is taking over. We see also, because of this internet shopping, that there are actually less and less letters sent, and the main volume that is going through the market are parcels, and the volume is growing very rapidly. And there's also a very strong move towards 24/7 open pickup points and very convenient and flexible home delivery. Nobody really likes to go and pick up their goods from a post office, which generally operates only when you are at work. So yeah, everybody is striving towards convenience. When looking at the overall numbers, how parcel volumes have grown, so then we can see a steady growth up till 2018 and 19. But from there on, of course, we know COVID came, everybody were sitting at home. You get stuff delivered, you were ordering stuff, different parcels from everywhere. And from there on, we can see that that angle of the growth has increased, and there are more and more parcels shipped on a daily basis. Okay, let's look also at the drivers of the last mile market. Mainly, there are the cost, the convenience, and environmental aspects. You can see behind me lockers. You can see here curbside pickup, which is picking up. There are these sidewalk pods that can deliver goods. They are quite widely already used in university campuses and other places. And then there are autonomous last mile delivery vehicles that operate on actual public roads. And perhaps the question there is that, as you can see, there are different solutions, but the question is, how much do we actually need this new technology to help us? And I guess the answer is on this slide. We have information that predicts how much the last mile is growing over next years, and we can see that in generally, globally, last mile delivery market is growing about 2 times over the next 5 years. Within this growing market, there's a sector which is the autonomous delivery sector, and this sector actually grows twice as fast. So it's a huge growth, and the autonomous sector, which kind of tries to solve some of the problems out there on the market, is growing even faster. So growth is good, but growth presents new challenges for companies as well. How to cope with this growth, how to scale in a sustainable way. We have a solution, Clevon 1. It's an autonomous delivery vehicle that we are deploying already today. We call it your friendly neighborhood courier, because it's lightweight, it can travel nicely and slowly, and it's easy to operate. What does this solution really offer, or why do we see that this is one of the answers to businesses? Is because we can manage labor shortage with this type of a solution. We see that the market is growing very quickly, and we know that being a courier is not a very easy job. Long hours, hard work, and perhaps the pay is not that great. So there's a huge shortage on the market to find drivers to deliver all these parcels. With our technology, we are growing the level of autonomy constantly, and with this growth, we kind of can offer an alternative solution to the market to tackle this growth. Then labor cost is another thing. All these couriers want to get paid, and with the costs of living rising, there's constantly pressure on wages as well. When we look at last mile and the overall cost of last mile, then actually it consists of 3 main components. Labor, which is the cost of driver. Then we have the cost of the vehicle, which is used to do the deliveries. And then it's the cost of energy or petrol or electricity in our case. And the cost of labor is actually between 60 to 80% of the overall cost of last mile deliveries. It depends to whom you talk. In countries where the cost of living is high, wages are high, the labor cost is higher. In other countries it's a bit slower, but it's very high, and we have a solution here where we can cut the biggest part of the last mile cost by up to 90% in the upcoming years. And then there is carbon emissions. Cities are implementing green zones to make our environment greener, nicer for all of us and our families. And then there are extra taxes on fossil fuels. So an electric solution makes sense, really. Closer look on our product. So it's an electric, autonomous, unmanned platform that is equipped with a top application that can be interchanged. Plus, there's on the background a teleoperator. Why do we need a teleoperator? This is basically a safety net that we provide to our technology, and this allows us to get on the streets. Because if you approach legislators and say that you have an autonomous solution, you want to start a project, then they'll come up with a very long list saying why you can't get on our roads. But if you have an extra layer of safety there with a human, and that's what you see on the screen now, a teleoperator who can take control of the vehicle at any point of time, then you get the tick and you can get to the roads. And as you can see, grocery delivery is one of our business streams. We can deliver small and medium-sized parcels, ready meals, and offer all sorts of other services like mobile surveillance and security services, plus some other stuff. And by the way, this was not Back to the Future Part 4, and this was not the marketing trick here. It's actually happening. So yeah, the future is here. Now a bit about our partners and why I mentioned that Lithuania and Vilnius is definitely one of the innovation leaders is because we actually have a service going on in Vilnius, in Balzai area with one of our vehicles and with our good partners Last Mile and Iki. We are on a daily basis delivering parcels, and I really hope that now the second video will start, which will show the actual service. We are, with sound as well, we are actually delivering parcels on a daily basis. We took, again, a step-by-step process. We agreed with the local municipality on the service area, and we divided it into different sectors. We started from the easiest sector, where the roads were good and wide, and we then moved into the more difficult areas. We have operated this service for a month and a half now, and we are actually covering the whole area now. And we deliver grocery orders to people between 11 o'clock and 7 p.m. in the evening. So we get all sorts of different kind of a feedback from the people. What we have seen is that there's some room for improvement, but the current results are already pretty good. From the point where the person makes the order of groceries, on average 15 minutes later, the groceries are at this person's doorstep, and the person can collect the groceries. We and Last Mile think that we can improve it even further. So that's great. Also, a bit about Estonia. We're running different services there as well with TPD and DHL. Mainly business to business and then business to consumer. So exciting times in Estonia and in Lithuania, and we are just gathering learnings and hoping to share them as well. And hopefully, perhaps already next year, when we have more vehicles on Lithuanian roads, and this event is even bigger. But yeah, for now, the technology is here. It's just a question of putting it on the roads and taking the learnings and doing it step by step and in a safe manner. Onwards. Thank you very much.